So Mark Kaylor gets this unexpected chance in the big time against the American Negro, Bobby Watts from Philadelphia. Watts, who should have been fighting Tony Simpson tonight. Simpson had to pull out with a back injury, and Kaylor was brought in within the last 48 hours to take his place. And certainly this is opposition of a class that Kaylor's not met before. Bobby Boogaloo Watts, 33 years old, 6 feet tall, from Philadelphia, and one of the only two men in the world who've actually beaten Marvin Hagler, the current world middleweight champion. But he beat him back in 1976, a long, long time ago, and 4 years after that, Hagler rather savagely reversed the decision. And there can't be much question that Watts has passed his best, but he still represents formidable opposition to anybody in the world. And particularly for Kaylor, who's had only 21 pro fights, and none of them in this class. Kaylor just coming up to 22 years old, so he's 11 years younger. Kaylor from West Ham made a very sharp and brisk start to this fight. Watts very smartly turned up. Golden trunks, white boots with the red twirling tassels on the boots. And Kaylor clearly has come out here with orders to make himself the governor here and impress on Watts that he's not in awe of him. And Kaylor looking to his corner and to manager Terry Lawless, giving a little nod. Right hand from Kaylor. Mind your head. And Kaylor working him over the head and body, and a bit of needle there, and the two of them have gone at each other after the bell. And words were exchanged and blows were exchanged after the bell. And that is a very, very unusual occurrence in a British ring. And Sid Nathan now walking over to Watts and really having a word with him. And Nathan said, if that happens again, you're out. Well, this is how it happened. They had words as the bell went, and then Kaylor seemed to go in with his head. And Watts came back with punches, and Sid Nathan had a job to get them apart. And it certainly did look as though Kaylor put the head in there. I don't know what was said. Something upset him. Anyway, we want no more of that.
Round 2.
And now this crowd willing Kaylor to go in. They don't like what they've seen, and again, Watts says something. He had a real go verbally, and he's butting now, butting back, and Sid Nathan can't get him apart. And there's going to be real trouble here unless Sid Nathan can really make himself felt. Well, you can see the sign yourself. Any more of that, and out you go. That was a deliberate butt from Watts, having a go back for what happened at the end of the first. And Nathan has done well to try to impress upon Watts here that he means what he says, and he will turf him out, believe me, if that happens again. So the needle is really on. Kaylor is almost going berserk here with punches. I've never seen him fight like this before. And there is real anger in there. It's seldom you see boxers so clearly furious with each other. And Watts is a dangerous man, and Kaylor will do well to remember that. He's so anxious to have a go, he could leave himself wide open. And the heads have cracked together again. And Watts, remember, is a cagey veteran of the ring, a man who once beat Marvin Hagler. And Kaylor must not take chances. Well, the animosity seems to have cooled a little. And Kaylor really going about his man, two hands, and appears to be hurting Watts, but you can't tell with this man. He's cagey, he covers up, and then suddenly he slings one out of defense. Coming up towards the end of this round, the second. Kaylor thumps him with everything, and Watts is still there, and he gives a final nod towards Kaylor, not in friendliness, as the second round comes to an end. And what shenanigans there were there. Well, they started this second round. There was a deliberate butt, look at that, from Watts, and Sid Nathan at that point was struggling to get them apart. And when he did get them apart, he spent half a minute cautioning this man that if his behavior didn't improve, he would be out.
Go to the body more. That's the best he's got. That's all he's got. Now move around and jab him and hit him with the right hand and knock the sucker out, man. I want to go home with a win.
Second down. Round 3.
Well, what an amazing fight this has turned out to be. This is the fight that Tony Simpson should have had against Watts, and Kaylor's taken his place. And it's turned into one of the angriest fights we've seen for some time. This is, in fact, Kaylor's third opponent, because originally he was down to fight Doug Demings. Demings pulled out, and it was Stacey McSwain of the States. And now he's in with Bobby Boogaloo Watts. Boogaloo, because when he was an amateur, he used to come out for fights rather nervously, dancing about, and it looked for all the world as though he was dancing the Boogaloo. This could turn into a very hard fight indeed. Kaylor slung everything at him, and it's made no difference. He's been stopped 5 times. Watts, 60 feats in all, in 45 fights. He's been a pro since 1969. Watts. Good right hand from Kaylor. And that one took all the go out of Watts. Now then, how much resistance is left now? His legs seem to have gone. And I had a good look at Watts' eyes there as he came over this side of the ring, and they looked glazed to me. He's still hanging on. One good right hand, that really was. Third round. Mark Kaylor from West Ham, who was just 8 years old when Bobby Watts had his first pro fight. Oh, there's an angry man, if ever I've seen one. Mark Kaylor. Never met opposition like this before, and he's come through it well. He's had all the, well, the real aggro thrown at him here, and he's come through it coolly and well. This was a tremendous right hand he threw here. Look at that, he almost went, and he didn't recover for a good minute after that.
Second down. Round 4.
This fight scheduled for 8 rounds. Mark Kaylor, of course, waiting his chance to fight for the British middleweight championship against the champion Roy Gums. 2 months ago at the Albert Hall, Kaylor won a final eliminator for the British title. He stopped Glenn McEwen in 2 rounds. 4 days later, he got married. He's about to celebrate his 22nd birthday, and he's doing well in this fight. It's all happening. Again, Kaylor goes for his man in the 4th. And I think Nathan's going to stop it, and Nathan is stopping it, and Bobby Watts doesn't like that, and they're going on again on their own. It's all over. Whether Kaylor knew it, I don't know. Watts has lost his temper, and the 2 corners are just struggling to get back at each other again, and now Watts is falling out with his own corner. He's threatening Terry Lawless, the manager of Kaylor, and the whole scene is very nasty indeed. Sid Nathan stopped it, and Watts didn't like being stopped in the 4th round. Kaylor doesn't understand why the man is so angry with him. Nathan's gone to Watts to explain to him why he stopped it, and Watts doesn't want to hear explanations. And Kaylor is celebrating victory, and the 2 of them have a little pat of the hand, and all is forgiven. Well, Kaylor set up a good attack here, and Sid Nathan was right in there watching closely. Remember, the man had been hurt badly in the previous round by a right hand, and he was taking some good punches here. They were getting through the guard, and Sid Nathan was quick to jump in there. He didn't want to see the man get too hurt, and Watts did not like it. Well, after the fight, Watts still insisted that the referee shouldn't have stopped it, but the referee, of course, was right. And the British Boxing Board, for this behaviour of Watts, are withholding $500 of Watts' purse pending an inquiry, and in fact